Welcome everybody to this channel, and I am welcoming you all to my channel so that you can benefit from my channel. And don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, and also don't forget to follow me on my Facebook page. Yes, we are getting it done. You will have a good time with me here on this on my channel, where I'll be posting my videos. And don't forget, please do subscribe to my channel, because we are here to help you. We are here to make things happen. You are here to cross the bridge where it matters most. I am here to help you to get what you want in life, because I am a catalyst. I want to make things happen. I want to make your journey come true. And please share this video, and also let others know about this, so that they also have the opportunity to change their lives, to change themselves. So today I'm gonna finish the story about what happened. Now I was in Beijing. So remember last time I said that I arrived in Beijing for the first time in my life. I've never thought about Beijing before. I've never thought that I would be in Beijing some years later. I just studied about China when I was in the secondary school, when we just learned about Mao Zedong, and also and his policies, and also how he fought, during the liberation struggle. When that's what we knew about China at that time. And then who would have thought that I would be in China one day and to stay for some years? I never thought about that. Nobody thought about that. Only God knew that I was going to be in the country for some years. So I never thought of that. I thought maybe I would be in one of the European countries, but I never thought that I would be in Asia for such a long time. Yes, right, this is it. And then I arrived in Beijing, and I still remember I said that Mr. Frank, who was acting as an agent for foreign teachers, and also bringing teachers to China. At that time, things were very, very easy, and you could get all the documents, all the things that you wanted, the legal documents in China. That was a great time. I can tell this to you that we did not have a problem, but maybe because that time foreigners were just a few with the time we came, and so there were not many restrictions and not many requirements like now, as it is now. It's a little bit challenging, but that time when we came, we had the luxury. These things, how things change. I came on a tourist visa. That was 2007. I came on a tourist visa, and I didn't know about the consequences of having a tourist visa. You dare not come on a tourist visa if your intentions are to work. That would be disastrous. That would be disastrous. But at that time, when we came on tourist visa, because we were told that teachers we wanted, and English teachers we wanted at that time. So I had to take a do you know about a tourist visa? It's valid for 1 month. You can extend it only one time, and you cannot extend it to beyond the time. That is, if other places agree to extend it. Some say no, we don't extend tourist visas. It's 1 month, it's done, it's full. But the other places, yes, they could extend, but most places they couldn't extend. So we just came thinking that things were, but of course things were very easy that time. When we came, like me, when I came, because I came by myself, and I was in Beijing, and I met this guy called Frank, because I had been told before, but there's somebody, a Zimbabwean, during that time. There's some Zimbabweans also who used to be working here and he's the one who was like an agent also in Zimbabwe, but I totally forgot his name, but he was quite a good guy, because I don't know how he got some money from that, but not that much, but I think he was asked by Frank to act on his behalf in Zimbabwe to bring teachers to China that time. So I remember very well, but I know these girls. I met this guy before I came to China. I met this guy in Harare, and he was say, oh, I said, please, I want to go to. Before I had money, I had the money for the ticket. And he said, yes, yes, we need teachers. There's my friend called Frank. He's employing teachers in other schools. He's deploying teachers in other schools. So you have no problem. Then I was doubting that time, I was doubting, is it possible? Like some of the people in my group, they are doubting a lot. This is also the same thing what I had in my feeling, that I'm going for the first time. What's gonna be going to a country where there are no relatives, there's no one, I didn't know anybody, only the locals, the natives. Some of these things, some of these questions come into the mind. They come into the mind, and so when I asked this guy, well, how is the life like? How are we gonna survive and everything? A lot of things, So it was quite interesting, and he was said, no, don't worry, you just go there. This guy called Frank, So he was acting on behalf of Frank, So Frank was the Chinese anyway. So I arrived in Beijing. So let's go to the story. The story I've been promising you for some days, that I'm gonna tell you what happened on that day, on a Monday. Right, we were at the office. I told you that. We were told that we should teach. Because we were about five guys. I remember some of the guys from Kenya, Ethiopia, and but others I'm not quite sure now, because it has been a long time. So Frank said, the employers are here. Oh my goodness. So when we were told that the employers are here and they want to get only one person take to work in their schools. I said that there were three employers looking for one foreign teacher. Like I said, I don't know why, and I didn't know why they had to choose only one, but they had the capacity. They had the capacity to employ. Each school had the capacity to employ. I don't know why they had this, like you come to my school 1 week, another, like this, and also. But I think it was quite a economic issue, because just like I don't know why they did. Maybe I'll find out the reason later. Now, you know what happened? Frank told us that, guys, we've got, I think there was one lady there. Yeah, there was one lady who were looking for jobs. I was one of them, of course. So Frank said, 2 o'clock, we'll have a demo class, and the employers will be here, and the students will be those employers. They will be the students, and also some of Frank's workmates, some of Frank's employees would be acting as students. So right, we went for lunchtime, and when we came back, it was like, what's gonna happen? 5 people. And that time I wanted the job as soon as yesterday, because I couldn't stay any longer in the hotel because my finances were limited. So that's when, just before we went for lunch, I was eager to about teaching things. So I asked a friend. I went, but it was. I think I was the one guy who was inquisitive and who wanted to, some things, that different from culture to culture. I was wearing, it was hot during time. It was like June, July. June, July, it's summer in China. It's summer. When in my country, it's June. It's cold, very cold in my country in June, but in China it's very hot and pretty hot. I can tell you that it was very, very hot indeed. So, what happened? It was that. I had a jacket. This formal wear, the formal thing. I can go to work like this. They don't care. This culture difference. You go to work like this, wearing like, looking presentable, but in a t-shirt and so on. They don't worry. Wearing some sports shoes, they're okay with that. But in my country, you have to wear formal thing, yeah, formal, jacket, a tie. It's very, very hot. You see, very hot. A jacket and so on. So when I arrived at the office, before that, I asked Frank, hey Frank, I'm eager about the demo, because they only wanted only one person. They only wanted only one person. So I asked this guy Frank. I said, Frank, they said you can teach any simple. Because I want to teach something very simple. So because I knew that these people couldn't understand English, so I had to find a very simple topic so that they can understand, so that they could understand. So I chose body parts. So I've been told before. I've been told before that you need to make a simple discussion and a simple topic, and also very simple vocabulary, very something like the schools that these guys, these employers coming from the training schools, they were not from the formal. What happens in China now. Now I think we don't no longer, because they've disbanded these classes. But now, before that time, there were so many training schools. These training schools were on the weekend. It's like unbelievable. Unbelievable. The students had to study hard during the weekends. They had to study very hard, Saturday and Sunday. So most of foreign teachers were employed in training schools, not in formal schools. In training schools, most of them could be employed in formal schools, in kindergartens, and in training schools, in kindergartens and so on, but not in formal schools. But few, maybe the natives would be employed in such schools. Okay, so now I asked Frank, I want to know a background, because I didn't know how their system was, and also what they were like, and what kind of areas of teaching they would require, and so on. So I had to ask Frank. I said, Frank, I want to teach something about body parts. So can you tell me how to say this? It was my first time, and I've never heard of Chinese before. I asked him. I asked this guy Frank. I said, Frank, how to say hand in Chinese? And he told me show. But that time I had to I had my pen, my paper, and I had to write the words down. Then I would write show. Then I would write this Shona spelling show. Then I had to ask another one. Ni. They say Shigai. Oh, really? I read. How do you write? But I couldn't. I suppose the Chinese spelling, the alphabet spelling is different from the one that we use. Like if they say Shigai, she is like SI, but in their own language it's XI. So I didn't want to use the because at first I asked them how to write it in their pinyin in the alphabet. Then that's when he told me, no, it's different from what you know. So you must write it in your own way that you can understand. I said, okay, that's okay, no problem. Then I wrote Shigai. Then show, Shigai, knee, hand, arm. Then I said, well, how to say arm in Chinese? Guaba. But that time, for me, it was like, I had to write. So I didn't want so many because they would confuse me, these Chinese words. Okay, that's fine. All right. So what about a nose? How to say nose in Chinese? Pizza. Oh, really? Oh, pizza. Oh, good. No, I wrote it pizza. But the way you write it in Shona, in my language, is different, or the way you write it in English, in English, according to the sound, is different from the way they write it in Chinese. Mouth. How to say mouth in Chinese? So, 嘴. What's that? 嘴. Oh, okay. That's right. Okay. So, I didn't want to spend because he was a busy man. So sometimes I thought maybe I was just asking too much, But it was okay for me. But so you could see that the man was wanted to do wanted to get busy, to prepare for everything, So but I said, quick. What about this tongue? What's it? Shit hole. Oh, shit hole. Okay. Then I wrote shit hole. Good. What about teeth? How to say that? Ya chi. And then I would write this in ya chi, and so on. And then I said, okay, now what's next? Now, so my plan. If you want to be a good teacher, you must go to college, because some of these will help you. So about teaching, I had a lot of knowledge about teaching, because I've been teaching for 7 years for that time, from 2000 to 2007 in Zimbabwe. So one experience played a major role, and another one was about the college. It helped me a lot, because I knew that for this kindergarten, about kindergarten? No, not a kindergarten, but about training schools in China. Training schools is composed of different levels of people in different education, in different levels of education. It's a training school. That means they are kindergarten students, they are primary school students, they are middle school students, they are high school students, they are even universities who are coming to learn oral English. Especially these students from the university. So all of these from different, they would come to a training school. They're coming to a training school, because a training school is to train students, and so many all these levels. So that was very important. So that's why I had that knowledge that I was going to teach. We were going to teach these students of mixed educational levels. So, and then I asked the Lord, okay, now, what about ear? How to say ear in Chinese? Erduo. Oh. How to say that again? Erduo. Some of these, I had to ask, and how was that? Not now, because for me now I can speak Chinese, right? But that time, it was like you are hearing something that you couldn't pronounce. Then I said, hey, can you speak slowly, please? How to write even in my language? How to I just write e, but it was do. But how to just write dua, dua. But this is like D-U-O, it's dua. But in my language, I was writing dua, D-H-U-W-A, dua. So the way you wrote it helped me to the way I wrote it helped me to remember the words. But I'll tell you more about Chinese. It's a little bit challenging, very difficult indeed. The language is very difficult because the moment you miss those tones, even if you say dua, they would, if you change the tones, they will not understand what you're talking about. That's why it's very difficult. That's why Chinese is very difficult, really difficult, difficult language. It's a difficult language indeed, because without these tones, you are done. See, sometimes when I speak, they don't even understand what I talk. Okay, but now I'm quite. It's okay. My Chinese is okay. But it's different from English, from other languages. Like in my country, if I want to say, unonzan. So I can understand if you say unonzan. So I know that this person wants to say, it's just a tone that is different, but he wants to say, what's your name, unonzan, right? But in Chinese it's different. The moment you change the tone, if in Chinese it says unonzan, that's like unonzan. If it's unonzan, they don't understand what you want to say. They cannot get the clue. But in my language, it's okay. You can get the clue. When someone says unonzan, he wants to say. That's why sometimes when someone speaks, someone tries to speak my language, if even he cannot speak my language properly, if he wants to speak, I can understand. Or he wants to say this, or it's just some pronunciation, or maybe some tones. I understand. Just the same as English. Just the same. That's why even natives can understand people from those countries who cannot speak proper English. They can still understand. But Chinese is different. The moment you mix those tones, it's totally completely different. They don't understand you. That's where that's where difficult the language is. That's where it is difficult. They don't understand. In my country, if you say unonzan, you unonzani, unonzani, nonza. I know you want to say what's your name, but in Chinese, the moment unonzani, when it's supposed to be unonzani, it's lost. You're done. That's why they'll say, hey, what is he talking about? We don't understand. His Chinese is very bad. Then sometimes when I meet these guys, I make fun with them. I say, but why is it when you speak English, I can understand what you want to say, even when your English is very bad, I can understand you. But why is it when I try to use a Chinese word and sometimes you don't even understand? Why can't you just use the sixth brain to say, this person maybe is trying to say this? Says maybe because the tones. Because if you say another tone, this word has got so many tones, it has many meanings. You know where the problem is? One word has got so many meanings. So some tones, so these tones, they can change because these words, they can have one word with 5 meanings. So the moment you change the tone, the meaning changes. The syntax, semantics, that way it works there. It works there. In Chinese language, it works. It really matters, the syntax and semantics. The way you write the word with the tones and the semantics, the meaning of the word, it's totally different. So that's where I ended up realizing that, really, So it's a very difficult, language. Indeed, it's very difficult. You cannot just play around with that language. It's very difficult to tell you the truth. Because for me, I've been living here for quite a long time, so things just change. Okay, now let me. I think I will, because of time. Now I need to stop here. I will tell you what happened on that day when I was involved in a demo class. Oh my goodness, I'm gonna tell you about that. Listen to my next video when I will be telling you about what happened on that actual day, the last day in China. And I'm gonna explain to you what happened the demo class after I have asked a lot about body parts. Why I chose body parts? One, because everybody, the Chinese, everybody, they have these body parts. So according to my assumed knowledge, that they should be able to know some of these words, because how can you learn English and when you don't know what's this? I knew from my background, from my assumed knowledge, that they should know these words. So I tried to make it simpler so that they can. I would tell you another trick about when you want to go for a demo, what you should do. I will tell you about in another video about this. But I'm gonna stop here because I will tell you what happened on that actual day. Why I asked these parts, lian, face, lian, because teaching is quite an interesting thing. If you go to college, you cut an interesting thing, because one, there must be some. You must sing to make it arousing. You must make it interesting. There must be a song. So I knew that if I use the body parts, I should be able to sing. I should be able to play games within the body parts. That was a good way that I tried to make it. I don't know whether I made it or I didn't make it on that day with the 5 people from different countries. They're also eyeing for the same job. I will tell you what happened in the next video. For now, I'm gonna stop here because on that day, I will give you another video, and then you should be able to know what happened on that day. 5 people from different countries against Percy, because that was my last day in Beijing. The employers were waiting for me. They were going to have a demo class. I'll tell you about that in the next video, when I will be explaining what happened on that demo class. Who came out first and who came out second, or who came out. We were 5. So in the next video, I'm gonna tell you about this. So stay tuned for the next video. It's quite exuberant, quite an interesting one. I'm gonna tell you this, whether I made it or there was another employer from another who took me, or this is the same employer, or I failed, or I went back to the hotel, I slept in the hotel. What happened? Listen for the next video to tell you what happened, and I'll be giving you more information about these things. Okay, so don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel so that others can also follow me on my Facebook page. It's very easy. Just type PERCYMAWERE so that you don't miss any of my videos that I'll be posting on my YouTube channel. Thank you very much. See you next time when you see me on Facebook or on YouTube. So have a great day, a good time. Thank you so much. I will tell you about what happened on that day. So have a great day, good day. Thank you very much. Goodbye. It's goodbye for now. Thank you.